Let's try again. I always forget that I need to hold my phone sideways. It happened a lot in the beginning and it happens a lot now because, you know, when you hold your phone the other way, you get a much better picture. And this way, I'm cutting off part of my head. So, let's try this again. Hey everybody, I missed you all very much. I've been super busy trying to keep everything in line in life with work here and my job at the gas station and the kids. The babies are getting to the point where one goes this way and one goes that way. So I'm always chasing after babies. And then we call Paisel Pygmy Shrew because she needs a snack every hour or she acts like she's gonna die. So everything's been really hectic. We're homeschooling this year. So I haven't had a lot of extra time. And when I do have time, I come out here and work in the garden. But we are almost done, and I would love to show you what I've been working on for the past month. Because if you go back to any of the other videos, in the fall, or really any time in the flower apothecary garden, you'll see weeds everywhere, if not everywhere, in a lot of places. It's never cleaned out altogether. It's just something that I don't focus on. So this year, I really want to put my effort towards that and get that cleaned out because the fall should be coming in another 2 or 3 months. And hopefully the weeds will start to slow down here soon. I'm going to take you into the the vegetable garden, and pan you around because now that looks as the flower garden did, since it's been over a month since I've spent any attention, much attention towards that garden. So I'm going to walk you through the vegetable garden real quick. That's what we're working on this next month, is prepping for fall spaces. We've planted cauliflower, broccoli, some kaleettes, and I think we got some cabbage going. If not, I do need to get that going. But in a couple weeks, we'll also start lettuce and kale, so we can have that going. But I need to prep the space for it in here, as that's the next goal. So let me walk you through the vegetable garden real quick, and I'll pan you around and show you what's up in here. See all these weeds covering the raised beds. You can't even tell that there's raised beds in there. I hate holding my camera like this. This, from where the tiller is to back to the raised bed, is where I'm going to plant some annuals for the fall. There's a circle of mums here on each side, and then a little walkway to get to the raised bed where we put radishes, some mixed lettuce greens, or kale usually. I did re-sow sunflowers right here and in the back where we usually put them. The bees are right behind those cannas. But I'm going to clean this out and we're going to put some bulbs in here. I have irises, lilies, and hopefully dahlias will be coming in, like it said 20 weeks when I ordered. So we have till like February before those come. But I think I'm going to put those over here. In this stretch, we have bitter melons and loofah gourds going. I planted a second round of loofah gourds on the back. Then we have some basil that we put. This is the last thing we put in here, obviously, because it looks pretty good. But we put the purple basil in here and then lime basil in there. I've used a little in cooking. I use a lot in bouquets. I put some Asian wing beans on the side here. We have a couple out back next to the bunny coop, but it usually only gives like 4 beans at a time, so I end up feeding them to the bunnies as a treat. We re-weeded the eggplants. This is called a Turkish eggplant. They turn orange, and they stay small like this. These are my favorites. These are the ones that I want to have forever and always, and I think that we're only going to grow from now on. These are the frog egg eggplants. They're littler, about the size of a ping pong ball. We just cut them in half. I have a video from before of making lasagna with them and putting them in, but we really just like to cut them in half and cook them up so they're caramelized on the outside, and just eating that way with salt or cheese or infused oil or some kind of vinaigrette. We have to clean up all of this right here and get it going. The raised beds are for carrots. The peppers haven't done so well this year, even though in the past they usually do pretty well. So I'm probably not going to even attempt to save those for winter. I'll probably rip them out early. And we'll probably put cabbage, kale, or cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli in those spots. I also need spots for Swiss chard. Tatso is another one we're definitely doing. This corner has the okra. This is the beet corner, so beets will be going in here soon. But we have the short, fat, squatty okra, the Alabama Hill Country or whatever, and then we have a pink and a burgundy. It's been doing okay. You know, not a lot of people love okra, so the bees have been doing pretty good. I had checked their hive, and they had no honey. So I found out that I should be feeding them. So now I make sure that I put their sugar syrup jars on top. Because they need to have a reserve for winter. Even though it doesn't get that cold, they still need that honey. And they have nothing. And I haven't got any yet either. So, but everyone, of course, is always asking for honey. That's their first thing when I say, well, I have bees. And they're like, there's a brewery in town that gives me their spent grains so I can feed them to the chickens to help supplement my food cost. And he's like, oh, you have bees? I'm going to make mead, you know, next year. And I need to find somebody who can sell me a lot of honey. I'm like, well, I have 2 hives and it's my first time doing it and I haven't even got any honey yet. And that's the first thing people say is always, do you have bees? I'm like, yeah, I do, but I don't even have any honey. I guess it's the same with all food. People think it just happens and that it doesn't take any effort or there's no learning curves for it. They just think if you have it, you have it. Like if you have a chicken, you must have eggs. If you're growing a tomato, you must have tomatoes coming out your ears, even though that's not the case. So that garden needs a lot of work. We've prepped and we've started some seeds for the longer stuff. And we're going to start some more seeds at the beginning of the month. But I put some seed cell trays in here, which I have to turn on the sprinkler before I go back inside to help Freya with her homeschooling. This in the front, 6 feet, 10 feet maybe, is the last little bit. And then wait till you see, this is the best it's ever looked. I've been bringing boxes home to put them in the walkways, which usually is only the treatment for the vegetable garden. But here is all the flower garden, fully mulched, fully weeded, and all set up and ready to go. Plants for fall. We planted some zinnias in here. I've made some space for some new plants. It's looking great. I hope I can get some more cardboard for this walkway. And then I have this rug I've been pulling every couple weeks. I leave it down for 2 weeks and pull. And I just have that one last little bit to pull over there to kill that last bit of grass. And then we have our echinacea. I have some more seed cell trays over there with some annuals for fall. The roses are coming back. A lot of the plants are coming back and starting to flower again. I gotta pick all these Thai blue butterfly pea flowers and bring them inside and dry them for tea. This is one point we had lived from last year. I actually sowed a bunch of seeds that I saved and nothing happened, but I had all of these. I also need to start drying some herbs. We have some oregano, rosemary, lemon balm, and then I need to dig up some echinacea root video saving one. We're going to do dandelion root, turmeric, ginger, horseradish, and the echinacea, and I'll show you how to take care of them and dry them and save them and preserve them and how you can use them and what you use them for. So that should be a good video coming up soon. I also have, we're going to process some rabbits for the first time this fall, so we might share the end of that. There's a bunch of good rabbit processing videos out there that I've watched, so I'll share who I learned from I wish there was more hours in the day so I could share everything with you guys, but usually harvesting things lately and taking care of things has just been, I need to do it really quick because we're doing the homeschooling. We have homeschooling and I always have orders of eggs and flowers that I have to make, and I have to get ready for work, and I'll be out here moving mulch. We've been moving mulch and weeding every day, and everybody knows how that is. Nobody needs to see, you know, any kind of time of moving mulch for hours. The babies had taken grow room this year. We shut off the water in our master bathroom, and it's where I put my crafting stuff now, and then egg storage, produce container storage, and where I hooked up my dehydrator. This is bitter melon that I just cut up that I'm putting on the dehydrating rack, and some flowers. This is the passion flower. You have to pick it when it's open. It's only open for the day, and then it closes up and falls off at night. So when you first see it, you have to pick it. So I try to do that twice a week. And then this is those Thai blue butterfly peas from that leftover plant. Hopefully next year I'll get some more planted because I really, really like those. But we're going to turn this on. We're going to turn it on low, and we're going to have it on for probably 45 minutes to an hour, and I'll check the flowers, but it's probably going to take 3 to 4 hours for the bitter melons. There's some passion flowers up there. Obviously I can't reach them, so they're left for the butterflies and the bees who love them. Butterflies and bees are always out and about, fluttering around here, because we're organic and don't spray anything except for neem, very rarely. But that's what the flowers look like when I pick them, and they're only open for the day. See, this is one from yesterday that I had left for the bees. We only do it about twice a week so that the bees and the butterflies can have food. Oh no, looks like someone got you. I hope you're okay. That was a pretty butterfly. Which means that Mexican sunflower over here is probably loaded with butterflies. Sometimes I come out and walk around just so I can look at the butterflies. Oh yes.